So now it's been about an hour. We have had the yeast in our water for that time, full hour, and we've had the rice, draining, and not a lot of water's come off. In fact, I think if we come over here and look, you can see what the rice looks like as it's sat there drained. Then get just not much, but a little bit of water in the bottom that's drained off. And it's just important to get as much of the water off of the rice as possible so that it will not be a factor in the steaming. We really want the steam to do the work, not to have a lot of water there that's going to kind of eat into the rice, make it soggy. So at this point I've got my my container that I'm going to make the moto in. And this is just a food grade plastic container, and I'm going to take my Iodophor water and pour it in here. What I want to do is just to sanitize this container. It's already clean, and so sanitizing it kills the bugs and that are there. Most of them. It doesn't get 100%. But it will kill a bunch of them. So I'm going to need to get a thing and make sure I get it up over the top and all that. This water will kind of get to those bugs and get rid of them. It takes just a couple of minutes actually for this sanitizer to work, and I think it does a great job. It's very easy to use. But sometimes it's hard to find. Most brew shops have it, but anyway, so now I've gotten all the walls covered, everything, and I'll pour the sanitizer back out. It doesn't have to, be soaking in it, but now that we've got the sanitizer all over the walls, we can give it a few minutes, and that will sanitize the container. It does take a couple minutes, but it's pretty good. So while we're waiting for that, I will measure out the koji that we need. We need about 8/10 of a cup. So that I am working with here for the main thing. That's pretty close. So now I'm going to add the koji to our yeast and water mixture here. And we'll just kind of stir that around a little bit. Pretty quick we'll move this into our moto container there. Mono, Shubo, whatever you want to call it. And we'll let it kind of do its thing. We want it to sit there for about 60 minutes before we add the steamed rice. And that's about the same time it takes interesting with all this in here, it's about 66 degrees, just as a kind of an FYI or whatever. It's a little bit colder than it should be. So add this. Yeah, we're okay. So we'll set this aside now. We'll just set this over here, and we'll move our rice into our working area. Now the next thing that we need to do here is to prepare our steamer. Now here I've got a 12-inch bamboo steamer, double-decker, and with the lid. And I think I can do this in just a single deck. This particular layout works pretty well. It's a little tight when we go for the last of the additions in the Moromi, because we've got about well, we've got half the rice, right? So that's about 5 pounds of rice that we're trying to steam all at once, and that's kind of on the heavy side. But anyway, so you just sort of fit this in here a little bit to
So that's
cheesecloth. This is my daughter doing the technical stuff here for me, and she made a great point. It's cheesecloth that we're kind of fitting in here to try to keep the rice from the steamer. And I've done this without cheesecloth. The steamer doesn't care, but it's a lot easier to clean when you use the cheesecloth. If you use just the steamer, you get these you get rice stuck between the bamboo, and it just is hard to get out. You have to kind of really work at it and use it like a toothpick or something to pick it out. It's a pain. So here we can just spread the rice out here on top of the cheesecloth. All of this stuff is going to get a heavy steaming, about an hour. So no real worries about much of anything. Okay, now we fit the lid on like so. That works out well. And we grab the wok that we'll set it in. We'll fill this up with some water. And you want to give it a good amount of water because you're planning on about an hour. But you shouldn't let it go all the whole way. You should be sure to check it, because in an hour you can boil away a lot of water. And you also have to be very careful with the we'll fit this on here just to make sure. See, it just sets right in there, right? Now, as I do this, it's all cold water. You just so that's not a problem. But I want to bring it up to a full boil here, and we'll do that. Once we're at a full boil, I'll put the steamer back on there, and then we'll start the countdown of our hour. Then midway we'll check it. We'll let you see what the rice looks like. We'll let you see how much water is there. Sometimes I've had an issue where I've had rice drop into the water. No big deal. If you run out of water, those rice kernels start to burn. You will end up with smoked rice instead of what you were looking for. So it's another reason to make sure that you keep some water in there. And I think we're just about there.